Silence even on the day of repolling. BJP forms panel to probe. Flash floods in Himachal, Uttarakhand, Punjab. IMD issues red alert for Himachal. Yamana's water level crosses warning level. Delhi Chief Minister assures government is prepared. Mega crackdown on terror. Agencies bust Pakistan's ISI's attempt to regroup Hurriyat in Kashmir. And countdown to India's epic journey to the moon has now begun. Chandrayaan 3 all set to be launched. Ladies and gentlemen, over the last 48 hours, what we have been witnessing in the state of West Bengal is nothing short of death of democracy. Over 30 deaths have already taken place in the last 1 month from the very time that the polls were announced. We are talking about the Panchayat elections that have taken place in the state of West Bengal. Now, workers from all political parties, be it the Trinamool Congress, Bharatiya Janata Party or the Congress, they've actually engaged in clashes in several districts. But the worst hit areas in the state of West Bengal has been Murshidabad, Kuch Bihar, and also in South 24 Parganas and several other districts. So much so, over 30 deaths have already taken place. What we have witnessed in front of our eyes with our reporters on the ground is that ballot papers have been set ablaze. Not just that, there are polling agents who ran away with ballot boxes. Witnessing that was none other than Governor of West Bengal. CV Anand Bose is currently in the national capital. Before I take you through the report, we're broadcasting from outside Union Home Minister Amit Shah's residence. In a short while from now, this is where West Bengal Governor Anand Bose is going to be here. In all likelihood, he's going to be submitting a report to the Union Home Minister about what he has essentially witnessed. Remember, it was Anand Bose who visited the violence-hit areas, and soon after that, the statement that he made, choice over ballot versus bullet, that statement hasn't really gone down well with the Mamata administration, with Mamata Banerjee's leaders essentially accusing BJP governor for campaigning on behalf of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Take a look at this report and then we go across to our reporters on the ground getting you the latest.
On the day, over 600 booths went for repolling. At least 35 crude bombs were recovered from a pond and a field in Bildanga area of Murshidabad. In North Dinajpur, TMC workers clashed with supporters of independent candidates. The situation in West Bengal continues to remain tense. And Bengal governor is set to meet Union Home Minister in Delhi.
Before coming to Delhi, on the Kolkata airport, you said that you were here in Delhi to get some fresh air. Were you feeling some kind of problem in Kolkata or in West Bengal? What is your comment on that, sir? Fresh of breath, air in Delhi.
You know, voting is over. Counting is yet to start. I want to have some introspection on what I can count on.
The meeting is highly anticipated as Governor is expected to apprise centre on the ground situation in Bengal.
I came here for a simple purpose. As a student, I have heard Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya. Somebody told me it's the same as there is light at the end of the tunnel. As a humble student, I wanted to ask my learned professors what it means.
All eyes now on the Governor Amit Shah meeting and the outcome of the meeting. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
A recap of what we know so far. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the first time that violence has broken out during Panchayat elections in the state of West Bengal. Similar images came in the year 2018 when the Panchayat elections took place. But many say that this time the clashes were extremely violent. Not just that, with several deaths that have already taken place, accusations have been leveled against the Trinamool government. Bharatiya Janata Party has now accused the Trinamool Congress for carrying out what they call state-sponsored violence. On the other hand, Trinamool Congress has essentially leveled allegation against the Bharatiya Janata Party, saying that they have now become desperate. They are now essentially trying to malign the Trinamool Congress government in the state of West Bengal. What is going to happen in the next few hours is going to be extremely crucial, and that's the reason why Republic TV is on the ground getting you the latest updates. In a short while from now, we're expecting West Bengal Governor, who would be meeting Union Home Minister Amit Shah. It is likely that he would be submitting a report. Many say that it is going to be a scathing report only because, remember, he is the one who's actually been on the ground, visited some of the violence-affected areas. And not just that, he's also visited several workers cutting across party lines, including Trinamool Congress. Despite that, he's faced some accusations that have been made by the Trinamool Congress government. In fact, we also spoke to the governor late last evening, the moment he landed in the national capital. In a short while from now, we're going to play out that reaction, the first response that has actually come in from the governor. Before that, let me also go across to our reporters on the ground. Bhaskar from our sister channel Republic Bangla would be joining us in a short while from now. And my colleague Tanisha Awasthi, who is joining us from outside Bongo Bhavan in the national capital, where CV Anand Bose is present. He is expected to leave in a short while from now. First, let me go across to Tanisha for a quick update. Tanisha, what is it that you're picking up from the governor's camp? Because so far, remember, some of the messages that has been putting out have been very cryptic in nature, especially the one that he said just moments after landing in the national capital.
Well, absolutely, Shravan. When we talk about the Bengal violence, remember, it has been an unfathomable incident there. Nobody expected that the violence could be witnessed on such a large scale. But bloodshed had actually, despite being from any party, bloodshed was witnessed from of leaders, of candidates from every party, be it the Congress, the TMC, the ISF, or even the BJP. Now, it was the West Bengal governor who was there on the ground. He was there on ground zero. He visited several districts, be it North 24 Parganas, be it Murshidabad and other districts. So he was there on ground zero. He actually saw what happened. And after that, he also met the victims of the violence. So he is clearly going to give out a very, very scathing report, like you were saying, to the Home Minister. And in just some moments from now, he will be leaving to meet the Home Minister. As you see, security has also already been put up. He is expected to leave any moment. And after that, what we are getting to know through our sources is that he could likely, very, very likely meet the president as well. Now, remember, all of this comes after Bengal witnessed massive, large-scale violence. And it was not just violence, Shravan, it was mockery of democracy, because repolling has been done. Now, it is very shocking to know that, repolling has been ordered for 696 booths. So, and the highest being Murshidabad in that case, with 175 booths going for a repolling. So it is actually a shame there, where it was a complete mockery of democracy, where ballot boxes were actually burned, they were desecrated. The governor is already here. We'll try speaking to him. These exclusive visuals that you're getting. So you're going to meet the Home Minister today. What do you have to say, sir?
Sir, anything on the report?
So you're going to meet the Home Minister today?
Some massive violence is happening.
I'm just leaving my home.
बंगाल हिंसा पर सर क्या कहना चाहेंगे? Some massive violence has happened. समिति का गठन हुआ. Massive violence has happened.
So what is expected from the meet today, sir? So what is expected from the meet, sir, today? There you have visuals of the West Bengal governor who is already on his way to meet the Home Minister. He didn't say anything per se, but he was quite sure that he's going to meet the Home Minister. He will submit a report, and after that, likely is when we could get to know what was actually there in that report. What did he saw? What was his report? What was his finding actually when he went to ground zero to visit the violence hit areas? Remember, he has visited several districts, as we were talking about. He has visited North 24 Parganas, and it was not just South 24 Parganas, but other districts like Birbhum, Jalpaiguri, Nadia, Kuch Bihar as well, which witnessed massive, large-scale violence. And here, soon after the violence broke out, Saturday is when we saw the West Bengal governor actually going into ground zero, surveying the area, meeting the victims. And on Sunday, that is yesterday, is when he landed in Delhi. Today, he is meeting the Home Minister. He's already on his way. He's left from the West Bengal guest house, and in just in about 5 to 10 minutes is when he will reach and meet Home Minister. The meeting is expected to last for about an hour or so. Shavan.
Well, in fact, we'll stay with these visuals that are coming in. Let's go to frame right now. Get you the latest visuals of the governor. Republic Media Network, the only national network tracking every update coming in from the governor's camp, and also looking at what's really happening on the ground. In a short while from now, we'll also go across to our reporter in Bengal. Bhaskar is reporting from Kuch Bihar. Remember, that is one of the most affected areas where violence has actually taken place. Repolling is also taking place in some of the places, is what we are picking up. We'll try and go across to Bhaskar in a short while from now. But before that, let's once again play out that reaction coming in from the governor, who spoke to Tanisha a short while back. And also, remember, there have been two other reactions that came in from the governor the moment he landed in the national capital. But before I go across and play out those reactions coming in from the governor, let's get a quick update from Bhaskar, who's been there over the last few days. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, every reporter of Republic Bangla has now been risking their life to get you these reports, because remember, all of this is happening at a time when crude bombs have been hurled. You've actually seen polling agents carrying crude bombs, and this while the polling was underway. It started around 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Moments later, we actually got reports of crude bomb being hurled, and not just that, opposition candidates being cornered. They were not being allowed to step out of their residence. And then some bizarre images actually came in of ballot boxes being stolen, and you also had some of the workers trying to open up the ballot boxes. Ballot papers have been set ablaze. These are unthinkable images, and that is the reason why we are saying that there was complete mayhem on the day when the polling actually took place. Let me go across to my colleague Bhaskar, who's getting us the latest details. Bhaskar, we've been speaking to each other over the last at least 2 to 3 days, and every single day the report that you are filing, along with several other colleagues of Republic Bangla, it is unimaginable that when a panchayat elections is actually taking place, you see this large-scale violence that's taking place. What's the situation like today in the district of Kuch Bihar? Was there some repolling that was done in some of the areas? What's the latest situation like?
Well, Shawan, we witnessed a drastic change on today. Today was a repoll, and in Kuch Bihar, at least 53 booths went under repolling, but not even a single incident reported as of now. Because the central forces were deployed in each and every booth, central forces ensured that no one will be gathering just outside the polling booths or inside polling booths, and no one will attack polling personals or opposition party leaders or candidates or workers with a crude bomb or with firearms or with sharp objects. Nothing. Central forces patrolled each and every corner of this district, Kuch Bihar, and they ensured free and fair polling today. But also on the other hand, Bengal BJP, they informed the central leadership all about these things, although Bengal BJP claiming this repolling is nothing but a mockery, because Bengal BJP submitted at least 12,000 number of booths which needs to be repolled as per the BJP towards the Central Election, towards the State Election Commission. But State Election Commission only ordered repolling in less than 700 polling booths across the Bengal. So Bengal leadership of BJP isn't happy with the decision of repolling in 700 booths, and also what we are getting through the BJP sources that a 4-member fact-finding committee will visit affected areas, violence affected areas in Bengal from the central leadership, and they will submit another report towards the central leadership about the situation in Bengal, where many BJP workers have been killed in this violence. And also, again, Sean, I would like to say that we witnessed a drastic change today only because of the central forces have been deployed to ensure free and fair election in polling booths. Over to you, Shawan.
Well, thank you very much, Bhaskar and Tanisha, for getting us the latest update. I'll request both of you to stay on as we continue with our rolling coverage. On the other side, we'll get you that first reaction coming in from the governor who spoke to Republic TV the moment he landed in the national capital. A cryptic message that he sends across. How do you exactly decipher what the governor essentially wants to communicate? We'll get you that reaction on the other side of this short break.
On late Sunday night, the West Bengal governor landed in the national capital. Questioned on the poll violence, the governor said this to Republic.
Sir, you will be meeting Amit Shah. Sir, you will be meeting. Sir, you will be meeting Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Sir, we are here for.
Anand Bhojji, you have a lot of questions against the State Election Commission.
Sir, you went to the violence areas.
What will be the next?
Sir, you want to submit a report to Union Home Minister.
Sir, what will you be doing the next?
Sir, your first reaction, sir. Yes, sir.
I came here for a simple purpose. As a student, I have heard Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya. Somebody told me it's the same as there is light at the end of the tunnel. As a humble student, I wanted to ask my learned professors what it means.
The West Bengal governor was on the move on ground on polling. He repeatedly called for choosing the ballot over the bullet. Previously, he met the kin of the deceased and visited a hospital where poll violence victims were receiving medical care. But in the light of the violence that ensued, sources say he is likely to meet the Union Home Minister Amit Shah and submit a clear report.
Given the unprecedented violence in Bengal, what is your comment, sir? Given the bloodshed that has taken place, not just the bloodshed, the mockery of democracy with the looting of, ballot boxes in the Panchayat polls and everything. What do you comment, sir?
I'm watching.
You were out on the field, sir, when this happened. You were amidst the people. What did you see, sir? And what did you feel? And what are the steps that you would like to take?
I have seen many things. I have made my own assessment. I will state it at the right time, in the right manner.
One more question, sir. The BSF has alleged that information on sensitive poll booths were not shared with them, and this led to the escalation of violence in Bengal during the Panchayat polls.
Yes, the BSF has made their point clear. I have nothing more to comment on that.
And what are the furthest, sir? Just before coming to Delhi, on the Kolkata airport, you said that you were here in Delhi to get some fresh air. Were you feeling some kind of problem in Kolkata or in West Bengal? What is your comment on that, sir? Fresh of breath. breath here in Delhi?
You know, voting is over. Counting is yet to start. I want to have some introspection on what I can count on.
The meeting is likely to take place today. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
You are a political strategist. You want to have a big alliance. सिर्फ आपको अभी रोल पता नहीं, क्योंकि एकनाथ शिंदे को है आपके साथ, शिवसेना है, अभी अजीत पवार को कहाँ पे लाएंगे, कब लाएंगे, मगर आपने एक ऑप्शन रखा हुआ है इन द फ्यूचर। नहीं तो आप अभी तक, मैंने आपको अगर 7 सवाल पूछे, आप अभी तक बोल देते कभी नहीं होगा, मगर आपने नहीं कहा। यू लेफ्ट द ऑप्शन ओपन।
क्यों नहीं बोला मैंने इसलिए नहीं बोला कि एक ज़माना ये था कि जब मैं ये कहता था हम जिंदगी में एनसीपी के साथ नहीं जाएंगे, लेकिन 2019 में मुझे उनके साथ जाना पड़ा। पॉलिटिक्स में चीज़ें रूल आउट नहीं की जाती, लेकिन पॉलिटिक्स में चीज़ें परिस्थिति से तय होती है।
Getting in some more breaking news, Republic has now accessed the affidavit that has been filed by the centre in the top court on Article 370. In fact, it talks about the measures that have been taken by the centre. A 20-page affidavit has now been filed by the centre. This after pleas that were basically filed on 370. In fact, in the affidavit, which is a 20-page affidavit, it records the state achievements that have been made post the application of Article 370. Let me just quickly go across to legal editor Rhythm Anand Bhardwaj, who's accessed this affidavit. Rhythm, just if you could just break it down for our viewers, the details of the affidavit that has been accessed by you.
Absolutely. Shravan, the first thing to note here is tomorrow is an important hearing in the Article 370 case in which the Supreme Court is hearing petitions related to it. Now we'll tell you the centre hits back in this very, very clear, crystal clear affidavit on 370. Why I make this clear is because sometimes affidavits that are filed by both the sides are wishy-washy. But this is such a brilliant affidavit being filed by the central government, because one of the very first times that we are seeing great details being given by the central government about the slew of measures that they have taken in this case. And this is extremely relevant because this is not just talk. They are showing with evidence how 370 article and the changes they've made has actually helped the entire valley. They've gone into great details to say that not only have people historically they are finding peace, but they're also saying there is progressive change. They've also spoken about the zero tolerance policy to terrorism. They say that it is only after this that there were constitutional changes made in Jammu and Kashmir. The Panchayati Raj system, a 3-tier system, has been launched there. It continues to be there. They then go on to say that even in the territories of Jammu and Kashmir, there is a right to children's free compulsory education act that has been started. They talk about reservation and how that has been started and has been extended also to the Pahari-speaking people. These are some of the measures that they mentioned in the 20-page affidavit, but they also mentioned very critically that there was certain stone pelting. Shravan, you've covered it in just some Kashmir. We've seen how it was engineered. There were separatist terrorist networks, and they say all that, we as the government have said there will be a zero tolerance policy to it. One of the best measures they've given in Para 19 is they say that roads, bridges, buildings, irrigation, justice delivery, public health will also now have also been started.
Well, thank you very much, Rhythm. A story that we will be tracking very closely, as Republic TV happens to be the first network to have accessed the affidavit that has been filed by the centre, listing out the achievements of the administration. That's all that we could pack in this edition of This Is the Exclusive. News and updates continue on the other side of this short break.
National highways has been blocked and even no commuters are being allowed
to travel on the national highways. And in fact, if I can show you the picture of the national highway where I am standing, this is basically a T-point from where Chandigarh, Shimla and Kullu Manali highway is being connected. And you can see that landslide is on the road, and in fact this landslide is on the national highway, due to which this entire national highway has been completely blocked by the traffic police. And in fact no vehicle is allowed until there is any kind of emergency as well. Due to rain, this village is under extreme threat, and in fact the people who were staying in that village, they have left their homes, they vacated the entire village and they have come down to the national highway. And I am all along with these people, these villagers who are actually facing so much danger while staying in Baradi village, which is actually located on the top of the hill. And even due to this landslide and the continuous rain, the apprehension is their houses might collapse due to the landslides as well. We will try to speak to these people also, that what are they feeling and why they have vacated their house. क्यों छोड़ दिया जी घर आपने, अपने गांव क्यों छोड़ दिया?
सर वहाँ पे स्लाइडिंग बहुत ज्यादा हो रही है, आपके सामने बहुत बड़ी बढ़ रही है, अंदर जाने से डर लग रहा है इस टाइम, इतनी बुरी हालत है सर।
रास्ते बंद हो गए, रास्ते बंद हो गए, सारी कटिंग हो रही है जो टोटली, और ये मतलब जो लाइफ है, लाइफ बिल्कुल डेंजर में है सारी, मतलब गांव के।
तो आप सारे लोग जो हैं वो बराड़ी गांव के ही हैं जो?
जी हाँ जी, पूरा गांव बराड़ी है जी। मेरा नाम नरेश कुमार है। बिलासपुर प्रशासन ने 16 मौके इस पॉइंट के किए, लेकिन आज तक ना तो यहाँ कोई ब्रेस्ट वाल लगाई गई। जब मौका होता था तो ये कहते थे कि हम इसको वाल को लगा देंगे, लेकिन अभी तक इन्होंने ना वाल लाई। पूरा गांव नीचे आने की कगार पे खड़ा हुआ है। मंत्रियों ने मौके किए, यहाँ तक कि मंत्री भी हिमाचल के इस रूट पे आ चुके हैं।
अभी कोई आपके गांव में कोई फंसा हुआ है, कोई लैंडस्लाइड हुई है, कुछ ऐसा तो नहीं हुआ अभी?
ऐसा नहीं, दरारें आ गई हैं पूरे गाँव में, दरारें आ गई हैं, लेकिन अभी तक प्रशासन की तरफ से यहाँ पे इस चीज को इग्नोर ही किया गया है जब से ये 4 लेन बना हुआ है। लेकिन ये जो जमीनें आ रही है, ये किसानों की मलकियत भूमि नीचे गिर रही है। हम आपके माध्यम से गडकरी महोदय जी से ये कहना चाहते हैं कि जब तक इस रोड की पूरी सुरक्षा या पूरा सही तरीके से ना किया जाए, तब तक इस रोड का कोई भी उद्घाटन नहीं किया जाए, ना इस रोड की कोई एनओसी दी जाए।
On late Sunday night, the West Bengal governor landed in the national capital. Questioned on the poll violence, the governor said this to Republic.
Sir, you will be meeting Union Home Minister Amit Shah, sir. So we are here for
Anand Bose ji, you have a lot of questions against the state election commission.
Sir, you went to the violence areas.
What will be the next?
Sir, you want to submit a report to Union Home Minister.
Sir, what will you be doing the next?
Sir, your first reaction.
This is from Dinhata, Kuch Bihar. That's Bhaskar, our reporter, live. The ballot boxes are being brought out of the polling stations. These are the visuals from Murshidabad. One hand where they are trying to destroy a ballot box. We can see live visuals of ballot papers being burned.
The Bengal governor, expected to meet with the Union Home Minister Amit Shah shortly, will be submitting a report on the Bengal violence. There is no end to violence. Even in the day of repolling, the BJP has formed a panel to probe. Flash floods in Himachal, Uttarakhand and in Punjab. The IMD has issued a red alert now for the state of Himachal.
153 mm बारिश जो है, जैसा मैंने बताया, 40 साल में पहली बार आई है। उसके लिए दिल्ली डिजाइंड नहीं है। ये एक इमरजेंसी और अनप्रेसिडेंटेड सिचुएशन है।
Yamuna's water level crosses the danger level. The Delhi Chief Minister assures the government is prepared. Mega crackdown on terror. The agencies bust Pakistan ISI's attempt to regroup the Hurriyat in Kashmir.
And the countdown to India's epic journey to the moon has now begun. Chandrayaan 3 set to be launched in the next few days. A very good evening. You're watching Republic and I'm Deepthi Sachdeva. Let's quickly get you the latest that's coming in from the national capital right now, where the governor of the state of West Bengal, remember, is in the national capital. He's expected to meet with the Union Home Minister Amit Shah shortly, in fact, in the next few minutes. And he will be telling the Home Minister more about the violence that you have seen in the run-up to the Panchayat polls, on the day of the Panchayat polls, and even today, when repolling, remember, was announced in a number of booths. There is report of the unabated violence that continues. Also, the first shots on our screens right now. Shavan is joining us on the phone line with more details. Shavan, you know, there has been a lot of discussion, a lot of conversation about this pre-poll violence, the violence that we have seen during the Panchayat polls, and even today when repolling was announced. But clearly it doesn't seem that we will have a solution or an accountability or an answer to why we have seen so much of violence this time around.
Well, in fact, Deepthi, as we speak right now, C.V. Ananda Bose, Governor of West Bengal, has already reached North Block, where he would be meeting Union Home Minister Amit Shah. This happens to be his first visit to the national capital after the visit that he made to the violence-hit areas in West Bengal. And as you rightly pointed out, who exactly is accountable for it? Now, this is a question that we as a network had posed to almost all political parties. Remember, all political parties today are to be questioned about the violent clashes that have actually taken place, starting from the Trinamool Congress to the Bharatiya Janata Party to the Congress Party. Remember, the workers have indulged in clashes in various parts of West Bengal. Even before the polling actually began, remember, there were reports that had covered of clashes taking place, resulting in deaths. Not just that, bizarre images that came into our newsroom, Deepthi, when we saw polling agents running away with ballot boxes, and then you, of course, had images coming in of ballot papers being set ablaze. These are